Hello everyone. So I hope you guys are doing well. So today we are going to set up a multi-node cluster, Kubernetes cluster with one master and two worker nodes. And the prerequisite is we should have three VMs and Ubuntu 18.04 should be installed on each VM, and master must have more than two CPUs or at least two CPUs, else your cluster will not initialize, and swap memory must be off in order to initialize your cluster. So these are the prerequisite. Here I am working with three nodes. One is master node and two other nodes are worker nodes. So here I have this master 01 and other two nodes I have named it as node 03 and node 04 because I have already created node 02 and 1 and added to the different cluster. So we have node 03 and node 04 and those will be the worker and this one will be the master one. So we have just simple commands that we have to run in order to set up the cluster. So I will just copy paste the commands and you will find these commands in the video description, so you can copy paste as well. These are actually a very long command, so I don't want you guys to see typing me. I will explain the command. So here this will just add the GPG key to the system. So just if I hit enter you will get OK. So I have added the GPG key for Docker, and now we have to add the repository for Docker because we are going to use Docker as a runtime containerized application. Behind the scene we are using Docker, but Kubernetes by default use CRI-O. So this command will add to the repository. So it will add to the Ubuntu repository, local repository, so that when we will run the command to install the Docker, we won't get any error message. Okay, so now just hit enter, and the same way we need to add the GPG key for Kubernetes as well. So now I am adding GPG key for Kubernetes. Now I am going to add repository for Kubernetes. Total 4 commands till now, and once you have added the repository you need to update your system. So sudo apt get update. So I will just pause the video if it takes longer time. So it is completed. Now just go ahead and install the required components like Docker, Kubelet, kubeadm and kubectl. So this is Docker CE Community Edition, that is free of cost, and the version is 18.06, and then Kubelet it has 1.15.7, kubeadm 1.15.7, kubectl 1. So these three should have the same on the same version, so you won't get any compatibility issue or something. So I will hit enter, and it will take about 10 to 15 minutes. So I will just pause my video and then I will come back once it is installed. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we will hold the auto update of these versions. So the packages that we have just installed will not update by itself. Okay, it should be manual because we don't know when it got updated and it might have bug in the updated version. So we need to test it first and then we will update. So we are going to mark as hold to these packages, and it is hold, and then we have to add iptables rules. So this is the command called iptables equal to 1, and we are going to edit it in this file, so etc.sysctl.conf. just hit enter, and to enable immediately we have a command that called sysctl-p. Let's run that command, and now we don't want swap, so I'm just going to off the swap and -a for all, and at the end just I have to run qadm init command. So it is qadm init --pod network CIDR. So this is the CIDR. It is used for pod network, means the IP that your pod is going to take is, or the IP that is going to assign to your pods will be from this CIDR. So it depends upon you which CIDR you want to use, and it must not conflict with your existing network. Let's hit enter, and first it will go through the pre-flight checks. So if you have swap enabled, then it will give an error to disable it, and if you have less than 2 CPUs to your VM or to your physical machine, then it is going to complain you about that. Also for that IP tables, if you haven't applied the IP tables rules, so here you can see pre-flight checks, and it has one warning detected that C group as the Docker C group driver, and recommended driver is system D. But if it is warning, then no issues, it should not be an error. If it is an error, then you have to troubleshoot that error, and then only you can initialize your cluster. So it will take some time to download those images, because there are multiple images that is going to download, and that will be run as a pod in the cluster, and those will be the kube system pods. So kube system is a namespace, so whatever the pods those are running under the kube systems, that means it is related to the cluster. So now once the pre-flight checks has been completed, then it will generate the certificates. If we use qadm certificates, kubeconfig file, those are generated by the qadm. But if you want to create your own certificates and kubeconfig, then you can, but that is actually a complex thing. So that's called Kubernetes the hard way. So you have to generate your own certificates and distribute those certificates to the worker nodes, to different master nodes, and then you have to initialize your cluster. Okay, here you can see it has initialized the cluster. So your Kubernetes control plane has initialized successfully. So in order to run the kubectl commands, I have to copy this admin.conf to my home directory so that it will authenticate the user. So just copy and paste those commands, and actually we can regenerate these, but for now I will keep it in the notepad. Now just run the kubectl command. So kubectl get nodes. So here you can see the master one only, because we haven't added the worker. So this is the master, and status is not ready because we haven't applied any CNI plugin. So in order to use the cluster, we need to apply any CNI. It might be Flannel, BeavNet, Calico, whatever you want to use, that will be used for your pod networking. So communication between the worker nodes and pods to pods, so those will be taken care by the CNI. So that we are going to learn in the next video. We'll join in the next one. Thank you.